Hello everyone, my name is Vincent Manguno and this is my presentation for the TED Talk video assignment. Alright, so the article that I chose illustrates the when and why employees engage in different forms of proactive behaviors while they're on the job. Now, the main idea or argument of this article is that a person's dispositional tendency, or in other words, self-construal, only leads to a specific proactive behavior when the work environment or work characteristics provides the context to express it. Now, this article, there were three main topics or points or ideas that I found that relates to my story. First is self-construal, which is how a person defines themselves or defines how they want to be in the future or how they see themselves. Now, work characteristics is the specific features of the job design, and proactive behavior is self-initiated and future-oriented action that aims to change and improve the situation of oneself, which basically means deciding that you're gonna do you're deciding by yourself that you're gonna do what you can to initiate a change and improve a situation. Now, each of these three main points has two subcategories, and I chose the ones that fit this story the most. For self-construal, I chose interdependent self-control. It says, see, it focuses on the idea of an individual defined by relationships with other people while emphasizing a feeling of belonging. Yeah, so this basically, this focuses on the idea that the person the person is defined by their relationships with other people, or in this case, the employees. So, yeah. For work characteristics, I chose job interdependence. It says refers to the extent to which an employee's work performance depends on other employees. All right, yes. So this means that, like for example, how my performance is dependent on the supervision and work of other managers and employees, and how much they rely on my work performance in turn. Now, for proactive behavior, I chose work or unit oriented. This is proactive behavior with the intention of improving the internal work environment in order to benefit the team as a whole. Now, how this applies to me. So I work at a FedEx warehouse as a part-time package handler, and my job is to basically I stay in a truck, a trailer, and there's a huge conveyor belt that with people that have to push packages into certain trailers. I'm usually in one of the trailers receiving the packages. I have to scan. Make sure they're put in the right trailer, and then neatly organize them. And normally I would have gotten burned out real quick from this job because it's really physically exerting. But thankfully, I have two really good supervisors that make it worthwhile because they're really just down to earth, and they make sure they constantly saying that I'm doing a good job. They check up on me to see if we need help, or sometimes they give us advice. And this type of behavior makes me feel valued, and as a result of this, I do my best in my job, and when I'm not busy, I try going over over and beyond by help by checking other trailers when I'm not busy, or making sure that conveyor belt's not jammed, or or anything like that. And I work, and I also work 6 days a week, which probably makes me pretty valuable to them. Part two. Now, so I separated this into like three separate groups. So for high job interdependence, the supervisor's positive supervision methods create a work environment with high job interdependence. The nature of the work environment with the conveyor belts links everyone's job tasks to each other. This means that all of our jobs are linked to each other. We got the unloaders who unload and the trailers and put the packages on the belts. We got the managers who are overseeing everything. We got people on these high points on the conveyor belt who distribute the packages to the trailers, and we got we got people like me in the trailers making sure they scan and go into the right place. And it's all linked. We can't leave until we're all done. So a jam in the conveyor belt is gonna really affect the group. My supervisors create a feeling of being valued. They foster work unit commitment. All right, the disposition, interdependence of construal. As an employee, I define myself based on the relationships, roles, and contributions to my group. Because my supervisors make me so valued, I feel motivated to take action that would for the benefit of the group, like by doing things like I already said, checking on other trailers to make sure to see if people need help or anything like that. The outcome, I voluntarily leave the workstation when I'm not. I already said when I'm not busy to check on other trailers. The goal is to benefit the team as a whole. Now, my call to action. Proactivity isn't a single trait you can just hire for. It's a relationship. We need to create the conditions, the right balance of interdependence or autonomy to flip the switch on an employee's self-control, resulting in the proactive behavior we want. Now, for why it matters, it demonstrates a direct, low-cost way to drive proactivity. So, that would be really helpful that's really helpful for my job. Who would it benefit? It affects employees because they gain self-awareness. Like, hey, if we do this, like, our jobs could actually go a lot easier. Here. And the team leaders learn that their methods are working, and they continue it, and we feel motivated, and cycle goes on. How does this help managers and improve the workplace? It improves the efficiency and fosters a high commitment and high trust culture. And let's see, what steps should be taken? Let's see. They could edit their recruitment strategy. They could do leadership training, design interdependence, self-control alignment, and self-advocacy. All right, and that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening.